Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome to the 8th episode of the Soundproof podcast. With me, Tom Wilson, as always. We've got Jonth here.
What's good?
And then this week, we're super lucky to have RetroVision on the podcast. How's it going, dude?
Yo. It's going super well right here. Like, I'm in Belgium, not at my place, actually. I'm at a friend's place, which is a super good producer under the name Yanni. And so we're just making music together. We actually have a project and going together, so yeah.
That's
super
really
cool.
dope. That's really dope.
But yeah, it's awesome to finally talk to some other people from the community again. Another member of the booth. He's only dipped in a few times while we've been there. But yeah, so you're doing music full time, aren't you, dude?
Yeah, definitely. I use it to work at McDonald's a little bit. Then I remember I worked with my parents because they had a pizza truck. And I was working with them on that pizza truck, making pizza and still making music on the side. And I really wanted to make music on my main job. Like, I still did some studies, but actually got kicked out of the school, like while I was studying like audio and video stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Wait, you got kicked out of school?
Yeah, basically, I mean, I got my baccalaureate. If you know what is it about, like it's like the
you're a bachelorette.
Yeah, it's the bachelor pretty much. And then after that, you go like into like this kind of school. I went into a video and audio school, but it wasn't about music at all. Like, they had studios and stuff, but we didn't do any music on it. And it wasn't really what I wanted to do. Like, I didn't want to be like a sound engineer because like I quite like it. I mean, I'm sound engineering for myself, like literally the songs and stuff, and I like to do mastering, but it wasn't about that. It was more about like working with movies and stuff. So I wasn't interested at all. Even though I like video, I like photo. Like, you can see I have this camera which I'm taking photos and stuff. But it's not the same. It's not my real passion. My real passion is about making music. So yeah, I didn't work. I didn't do like my homework. My parents were like super angry on me. And yeah, I got kicked out of the school after 1 year. So
oh, wow. Okay.
Well,
that's about it.
I guess it all worked out okay in the end, though. So
Yeah.
Hope so, yeah.
So just to understand this correctly, so it's kind of like, Tom, it's kind of like what you're doing. You do media,
but
right?
Mine's a bit different. So mine's mainly focused on like just like, it's not the audio side of stuff as well. Like,
Okay.
so you do radio stuff, you do print media, and you do video. But it's good because I just do music completely separately, and they don't try and teach it to me, which I prefer.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So,
yeah.
So music full time. When did you feel like you actually could do music full time? Like, what song, what point did you feel like this is when I could just sustain myself with this?
Well, I would say around my song Get Down, perhaps, because this is where like a lot of things has started. Like, before that, I didn't have much gigs. And when I released Get Down, I remember I started having some gigs, some paid gigs as well, because before that, most of my gigs were like just free. I was playing at some parties from friends and stuff. And I remember after that song, I started getting some gigs, especially outside of France, because I don't have this many gigs that I like in France. I have many more like in Germany or stuff like that. And because it all started, I will say, with Puzzle first. But I remember I was still at the pizza truck, and I remember I was telling my parents, look, I've got 1 million plays in 5 days. And they were like, fuck no, this is fake. And, and I remember we had this big like argument with my stepfather and stuff. And I kept working my music. I kept working my ass. And then, it just worked better and better and better. And still working harder and harder these days. So, yeah.
Because you're kind of one of those, for me, one of those like OG artists on NCS who kind of grew up with it, if you know what I mean. And obviously you transitioned from it, but Puzzle was one of the first ones which like blew up for you. And then from there, I'd say you kind of transitioned to like Hexagon and spinning and all that stuff.
Definitely.
Was that like an active decision from you, or did that kind of just naturally happen?
I still love NCS. I mean, I would love to release some songs on NCS because it works super well. They have such a big community and stuff. And it's just that I have a publisher these days, and I'm signed with Ultra Publishing.
Oh, nice.
So basically, it's a bit of a
sense.
mess to release like songs on NCS because NCS use their own publishing system.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get back. I'm trying to get back on NCS. I'm trying to get my publisher to allow me to release, like to do some exceptions so I can release on NCS because I love them. I love the team. I mean, you might know them as well, Dan, Billy, all those guys. super cool
course.
guys.
Yeah.
And, I also like from a sustainability way, like I would say like it's also quite better because like when you release on NCS you get paid monthly, which is different. And for me it's like much different and much better for me because like that way I can just get a car and like know that I'm going to get some money like the next month or stuff like that, instead of like most of the other labels which are paying like twice a year.
Yeah.
So
we literally had this conversation before when I was heading to the store. We literally talked about exactly this. How Tom, you said that there was a record label that just randomly put money into your account.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd never know when you're going to get money.
Yeah.
It's quite nice with labels if you're doing it for a living, especially in your case, like knowing when you're going to get it. So
yeah, that's about it. Like you know, every month it's not going to be the same, but like after some point, your tracks will do like a certain amount of streams. Like for example, I don't know, 1K streams per day, and that will do like I don't know, maybe 120 euros per month or something like this. And so then when you stack those tracks all together, it just makes like a kind of regular amount of money, which is quite hard to get as an artist.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. And it's so interesting because actually managed to get to a sustainable level with just royalties is something that people could have only like dreamed of years ago. Like because back then it was all about just getting shows, you know, all about like, playing gigs. But now I see so many people releasing on like, let's say NCS. Take On Rain, for instance. They've also made a complete living off of just like NCS royalties.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It just works well. Like I mean, you have to get a lot of plays to get some royalties because like Spotify doesn't pay much. I wish there was more people just on Tidal or even Apple Music because they pay way more royalties. If someone from Spotify is watching this, please don't put me out of those playlists because I'm really happy. Like Spotify is paying me like for the most part is just paying me like all the stuff because like this is where I get most of the plays. But I'm just a little bit sad that it doesn't pay much compared to the other streaming service. Like it could pay a little bit more. And YouTube is even worse. Like even SoundCloud is even worse. Like SoundCloud, do you even get money?
Have you seen the news?
You do.
Yeah,
you do actually.
SoundCloud have this new thing though, so where it's like instead of based on how many streams, it's based on like how active your fan base is. Like that's how they pay royalties now. But I don't know. It's just a really weird system because there's nothing there anyway in terms of like monetization.
I don't even understand where the money comes from with that like kind of
exactly
setup. So
they pay you, but with what? Like
right?
Aren't they in debt already? Like
right. All right, let's not bash on SoundCloud too much. SoundCloud is a big reason why like I'm at least where I'm at today. So I'm super thankful for that platform.
Yeah. Repost for repost.
yes.
We all did it.
Back in the day. I kind of want to. So you were talking about like with Get Down being one of the songs that started you allowing to do like gigs and stuff. I want to talk about some of the gigs you've done. Like didn't you play Tomorrowland on the Hexagon stage or something and fell off?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah. Shit.
I did play Tomorrowland, and the guy who's like hosting me right now, Yanni, actually, which is downstairs, he didn't come back right here. But he was actually there with me. He was in the crowd, and I remember we went with his car. We drove to Tomorrowland, and it was about like, I don't know, 54 degrees Celsius outside. Like it was fucking... Sorry, I need to not swear.
No, you can swear. You can swear.
It was fucking hot. It was really fucking hot. And like I've never seen something like hot like this. And I remember we were in his previous car, which didn't have AC or anything.
Oh god!
It didn't have any car radio, no air conditioning. So it was just like an oven, like a driving oven or something like this.
God damn.
Terrible. But when we arrived there, like it was like a dream for me. And I remember when I went on stage, there wasn't many people. Like you can see the replay on YouTube. There wasn't many people when I started. And then I tried my best. I was like, fuck it. Even if there's 10 people, I'm still going to do it as I was intended to do, because I worked my Tomorrowland set so badly. Like I remember I was training that on my turntables, which are just right here, but I'm too lazy to get them. And I was training it like month and month before because I wanted to get like the perfect set with like the perfect transitions and just the perfect track list overall. So I made a bunch of edits, mashups, remixes, and yeah, I literally played the set I was supposed to, except from some tracks that I exchanged and stuff like that, or maybe I like changed the playlist a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was quite happy because the more I played, the more people just came like running to the stage just like zombies. Like when I started playing like the first track, I remember there was people like coming to the stage just like zombies running to the stage. It was so funny. And I was so happy because like I could bring some people together to the stage and just have a good time. Just have
that must
fun
have been
and
such a sick feeling. Oh my god.
yeah, when I ended the set, it was like just like 4 people in front of me, and I was like, what? I just like asked everybody to put those flags on and stuff like that, and everybody had those flags because it's Tomorrowland. Like I feel like there's like 1 flag per person compared to the other other festivals. Like normal festivals, like people don't usually like bring flags. Like there's a lot of people bringing flags, but not as much as Tomorrowland. Like in Tomorrowland, everybody is bringing a flag. And I should have had one, but I forgot.
I've actually watched that set a couple times. I had it playing at a pre-party at my brother's a while back. It was a pretty long time ago, but I watched that set a couple times. I really like it. I gotta say, you're actually a really, really good DJ. And the moment that I realized that was at, I'm gonna bring this up one more time, Tom, was at the bathroom gig at ADE. At the Hexagon gig.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
With Domestic, the back-to-back with Domestic, I remember.
I have a confession to make, actually. So, earlier, me and Kelvin, we had talked about, like, oh, can I come up and, like, play a song or some shit like that? And he was like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It's fine. Just bring a USB stick. And then you were playing as well. And I was like, sick. I could play a song, just get in there. And then I saw you at the fucking turntables doing all these fancy shit because you didn't care. You were playing at a fucking, like, bathroom at ADE, right?
And I was like, penis,
yes,
in the middle. Remember that?
And I was like, shit, he's so much better than I am. I can't fucking do this. And then I just stood to the side. It was like, oh man, he's too fucking good. And I'm not, in any sense, I'm not saying that I'm a bad DJ at all because I've been DJing for a while. But you are actually a really, really good DJ. And I gotta give it up.
I've been training a lot, and I've been DJing like much before than I started producing. Like I started producing after I started DJing. Like so.
Really?
Oh, that's
really strange.
That makes sense.
A lot of people do it the other way around. So personally, for me, I started producing like 2 or 3 years before, and I only DJed because I needed something to like play my music out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I actually started DJing before because I didn't know like how to produce. I thought like I needed like a big studio to produce music, and you got your Coca-Cola cherry right here. Thank you.
Oh
no, yeah.
Sponsored episode.
Sponsor, yeah. Shout out to Coca-Cola for sending these. No, I'm joking. I wish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started DJing before producing, and I remember I actually started producing pretty much as an accident on FL Studio. I found out like FL Studio randomly. I remember I was on a Warriors forum, like it's a forum where you exchange like just pirated software with some others. And I was like looking just for like random software on Windows. I remember like was looking at some stuff like Photoshop and stuff. And then there was a list, and then there was this FL Studio music creation professional software. And I clicked on it, and then I was like, yo, this seems cool. There's a lot of colors. So I downloaded it, I started making music, and I was like, yo, this is fun. Can I be on spinning now? And I was like, psh, psh, psh. That was pretty much it. But then
just that stock FL drums, basically.
Yeah. Literally. Like the thing when you open the step sequencer.
I had that the first time I opened FL as well. I just sat in the sequencer and thought that was it. Like I didn't even find the playlist until like way later.
Yeah, you had those hi-hats, and you're like...
Yeah,
I'm a producer now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually started producing like this, and then I produced a bit more and more and more. And then I realized like after putting like one silent one on my computer, it wasn't powerful enough because it wasn't my first computer, which was like a laptop, which I got gifted from pretty much a government. Basically, in my department, every student should get like a laptop gifted. But when I was at school, now they don't get it anymore because it was like an old thing. And we were getting like those laptops with like a monocore processor, no graphic card, 100 gigabytes hard drive. What else? Oh yeah, 1 gigabyte of RAM, but it was on Windows Vista, so 1 gigabyte of RAM is not enough.
Oh my god.
And
Jesus.
yeah, I remember I was producing on that. Then I started producing on my mom's laptop because it was a bit more powerful. Like, I remember we were at the mall and she was like trying to get a new laptop. And then I was like, yeah, you should get this one. You should get this one. And she was like, what? I was like, yeah, this is much better quality and stuff. And so, yeah, I remember there was an i3 or something like this from Intel.
Yeah.
And it was so much better than mine. Like, it's not crazy powerful or anything, but I could make music on it. So I was just stealing the laptop whenever she was at work. And yeah, I started making more music. Then I got my first desktop computer, which I built myself, and with like some components at this period, because I was like saving up money to build that. Yeah. So I was a gamer as well. Like I'm always a gamer. I'm still a gamer, but I was much more gamer, I think, than today. Like I was playing much more games than making music.
Yeah.
And yeah, I started gaming on it, and then I started making music on it as well. I kept working on FL Studio, and then until I got a MacBook when I was at that higher school, like I was telling you before, like after the baccalaureate, I got a MacBook, and I remember my parents took me off my desktop. So they took it and they put it in their bedroom, so I couldn't make music, and I could just like work on my courses and just do homework and stuff. But what they didn't know is that you can also make music on a MacBook.
Yeah. So did you get Logic or did you get Ableton?
No. I was trying to get FL on it, so I got Windows on it, and then this guy right here, you can come over.
Yeah, show yourself, mate. Come on over.
This boy literally appeared one day on a EDM music producer, EDM bedroom producer, the Facebook group.
Yeah.
I posted something, and then he commented, and he was like, yo, I like this. And then he texted me, and he said like, yeah, this is really good. And
come to Ableton.
Yeah, you also said like, yeah, I produce for like big boys and stuff like that, or something like this.
That's it.
And I was like,
produced for big boys.
And then he said like, yeah, you should switch to Ableton right now.
Best move.
And guess what I did?
It switched to Reason.
No, but like, this guy made me switch to Ableton, and this was like literally the best move that could happen to me. Like, this was... Fuck off. What else I can find?
Enough.
And so yeah, I switched to Ableton. Fuck off. Don't do it.
For anyone listening to the podcast right now, they're throwing bottles at each other.
Yeah.
And then I switched to Ableton, and I started making music. I know this is... I have absolutely nothing against FL Studio, but I started making music more professionally on it. I don't know why, but it changed everything for me. The workflow was like so much better. I think it's proper to everyone. Like my workflow is so much better on Ableton. So I started working on it more and more, and I love the workflow on it. And yeah, now I just use Ableton daily, but I still can use FL Studio if I need to. Like I still know a bunch of stuff on FL. So
you fell to the dark side then. That's what we're saying.
To be fair, we had this discussion the other week.
Yeah.
It is just workflow mainly.
Yeah, it is.
FL
well,
Studio
it is workflow, but it's also like functions you really need. Like, for example, there's some functions in Ableton that you can't find on FL Studio. Just like for the sampling. Like, this is so much better for sampling on Ableton.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah. Definitely.
Put stuff, it warps automatically. Maybe you can just move the warp.
Comping vocals is so much easier in Ableton as well. Like all these things.
Like sampling stuff. Like, and I do a lot of stuff by just sampling. Like, for example, most of the time I'm just like searching for like random samples on Splice, and then I just sample everything. I just move stuff away. I change transpose from every sample. It's just so much faster. Like, if you change the transpose of one song on Ableton, you just like select the transpose button, and you just like select what tone you want the sample to be in. And on FL Studio, you gotta wait because like it gotta render every time you're changing the transpose, or maybe it's gonna change the length or something.
You can actually change that, but then it's so much lower quality if you change it, like into a different mode. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I think that's one of the things. Like I swear that we talked about this the other week. There's some people who have both Ableton and FL, and they'll pitch stuff in Ableton because it sounds way better, and then put it into FL.
Yeah,
definitely.
But
they got to do this. But I also like the way like there's patterns and stuff on FL Studio. Like you got those patterns, you can just duplicate them real quick. And it's also really fast. I like it. But as I'm a messy guy in my projects, actually, I got to say projects and no projects because I always say projects. Yeah, projects. And projects. I always say projects. And I'm always like super messy into them. So yeah, with Ableton, I can kind of like, I don't know. I can kind of clean my projects. And but on FL it's just a big mess for me, like all those automation clips and stuff, and I'm like, oh, where did I put this? What is this automation thing for? Like, what is this doing? Oh fuck, I deleted the wrong automation. It's just that all the time for me. So yeah, I just prefer Ableton on that side.
I guess it just depends how you work at the end of the day.
Yeah,
definitely. So I want to talk about one of your biggest collabs. So I believe this is your biggest song at the moment as well, the Jonas Blue collab.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, basically, I had this. I think it was 115 BPM song, something like this, and it was like a kind of indie vibe. And I can perhaps play you a little sneak peek like of that version, maybe. It was like completely different because it was more like a slower version and also more pop version. I really wanted to make some pop records, and so then I remember at some point Jonas Blue contacted me to remix his song Rise, and I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And so I started remixing it, blah blah blah, and then he said, also we should make something together, and I was like, yeah, sure. In my head it was like, oh my god. And so yeah, he actually sent me something first. He sent me an idea, and then I tried to make something on it, and then he just didn't like it, so we let it go. And then I tried to send him some stuff, and then I sent him this one, and he loved the chords and stuff, so he asked me to send him the parts and stuff, so I sent everything. And then I don't remember if he did work on that. No, I don't think so. He didn't. He tried to work on it, but he couldn't find like good ideas about it because it was like not clubby enough, and he really wanted to make something clubby. Yeah. So I actually did a new version of it. I did like a VIP mix, and I don't know why I did that, but that VIP mix is the one he liked it. The one he liked. So he asked me to send him stems again. So I sent him stems. And he actually got sick vocals from the group Mia Mia, which are managed by the same manager as him. And so they sung and wrote the lyrics together, blah, blah, blah. And I remember he called me like pretty much like 3 a.m. or something in the morning. I think I was playing like Call of Duty or something, like maybe Rocket League or stuff like that. So I had to stop the game, and then I responded, and it was FaceTime Jonas Blue. Oh fuck! and I responded. My parents were sleeping, and he was like, "Dude, I've got sick vocals." And so he played the vocals in his studio, and I was like, "Yo, this is really sick." In reality, I couldn't hear properly the vocals because the FaceTime quality is really bad. But I was still like, "Yo, this is really sick," because I was super happy as well.
Yeah.
And then he sent me an HQ version. I was like, "Fuck, this is really sick." Actually, this is really, really nice. Like, the vocals were perfect and stuff. So he sent me the vocals and everything, like the stems. And we actually kept working on my own project. And he FaceTimed me like when he was at the airport or something. We added some stuff, and then the track was pretty much done. So, yeah, that was pretty much it.
That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, man, awesome.
Pretty long story. Yeah. Maybe I can find the original version. Like I don't know where is
Imagine
it.
Imagine that, Tom. One day maybe you'll get a Jonas Blue collab as well.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Really? Okay.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, have some faith, bro.
Wrong music.
It can always happen. Like it was just random. Like sometimes just. Oh, maybe it's the version. Oh, and also this guy. Yes, Yes, I know. He actually made some guitar on that song, because I'm really bad at guitar. So the thing you hear at the beginning, he actually made that that pad thing.
Yeah.
He actually made that, and some guitars in the break. But this was the first version.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the very first version I made.
I'm into that.
All I'm saying. Oh.
You just destroyed me bottles again.
Watch this recording go on like an ID page on SoundCloud. Like,
Yeah, that's gonna happen. You know.
Those guitars. And so yeah, it did really need like a proper vocal. So we made that new version, and then it became like the main version actually, which is here, I think. Oh yeah, that's not even the right one.
Don't play the real one because we'll get copyrighted.
Yeah, we'll get copyrighted.
That is true. That is true. That's true. Got to be careful.
Yeah.
But we can play the unreleased ID. That's sick though. That's such a like. I need a cool story like that. San Holo hit me up.
I wish we released the original as well, and I actually made a remix of that song as well. The VIP, which is now the main version. I actually remixed that one. I played that one on the shows. It was meant to be released. We were meant to do like a remix EP, and then the other remixer did such a shit remix that we didn't release it. So yeah.
Oh, really?
The other remixer, can I say it? Well, it was Martin Aiken or something. Like he's making tech house and stuff, and he did it. Like I gotta be honest, like I just didn't like the remix. The label didn't like the remix. Jonas Blue didn't like the remix. My manager didn't like the remix. It was just not good sounding, especially compared to what Martin Aiken. Do you say Aiken or Aiken?
I have no idea.
Ikin. Martin Aiken. Well, I would say Martin Aiken.
Yeah.
Like he usually like release bangers and stuff, and this remix was like pretty bad compared to the rest. So we just said no apparently, but then the label absolutely forgot my remix, so we just didn't release it, and I still have a remix.
So talking about remixes, though, you do a lot of remixes still, like even if it's unofficial ones. Like I've seen you do a lot of official stuff with. There was one on Spinning. I remember you did. I'm pretty sure you've done a few, but like you do a lot of unofficial stuff still, don't you?
I did a Lucas and Steve remix for the song. How do you go again? Let me check. That's what I always forget. My memory is like, it's just like my old computer.
I think I know
say something.
Yeah, I think I know what tune you're talking about. I occasionally play that melody on the guitar because it's such a like, it's perfect in the pentatonic scale.
Yeah, that one was cool. And it got pretty viral on Spotify, like over 17 million plays.
Wow.
And I've did some other remixes for like artists like Sam Feld, and some other singers on Spinning and stuff, but I also remixed some other artists like Galantis, Rehab, and even some others. I can't really remember everyone right now, but I did a bunch of official remixes. I'm not doing many lately because of COVID, mainly because
of course.
Basically, I was doing remixes because those songs were like more like clubby radio song, but not festival songs, and those artists are playing festivals as well, and they need festival versions of their songs. So I was mainly making festival versions of those songs, which I can't really do right now because, as you know, like there's no festivals.
But so you were kind of like a go-to guy for making these clubby edits, then, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like the labels, they were coming and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got this song called Topic Breaking Me, and he did a more powerful festival version, so we can play it on the gigs and stuff." So I made it. And that was pretty much it. Yeah,
but do you like? So you get these requests occasionally, like, can you do remix for this and that? But do these get cancelled sometimes as well, right?
Well, I got few remixes rejected. Like I was supposed to remix the singer Starlay. She's called Starlay, and I was supposed to remix. I mean, I did remix one of her songs. I can't remember which one. Let me check. Starlay. Yeah, remix it's called Me, but it was unofficial, so we asked them for like clearance and stuff, and I was able then to post it on SoundCloud. But then I was meant to remix. I can't remember. Been Meaning to Tell You, which was another song from her. And then they rejected my remix, which is sad, but I don't really mind. And it happens a few times, but most of the time just like making different versions. Like whenever they ask me, like they just like come back with some feedback and they tell me, oh yeah, can you change the melody? And then I just find a new melody and stuff. That happened with my Ale Farben Follow You remix, which I made last year. I actually made like a kind of more like a Kenny Silva vibe, I would say. And then they made me change it to a more like they made me use the original melody then. So I just changed the melody, I swapped the melody and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, does it ever happen? Like you make a remix, it gets rejected, and then you just turn that into another idea, like an original idea, or do you remix something else? Yeah.
Definitely. And sometimes also I just make a remix, and then I find it too good to be released as a remix, so I just turn it out as an original and I make another version of the remix, because like sometimes I just even unofficial remixes, like sometimes I'm just making unofficial remixes just for fun, and then it turns out like I like it so much I just want to make it as an original. That happened with one of my songs I released recently, which was 1983, which was released on Hexagon. And it was originally a Kashmir Voices flip, which I actually released it. Actually, I released it on SoundCloud just for free. And then I took the same project. I would say project. This is just a habit. And I turned it as an original because I had this other version with like the every kind of drop. And so I literally like took some stuff, and there's still like some little sneaky samples from the Kashmir original song, but I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's just like really small samples you can barely hear, but well,
I don't know what the law is on that. Like, if it's barely noticeable and if it's changed enough, it doesn't fall under like any copyright rule at all, I think.
Let's just skip over this so he doesn't get in trouble. Let's just pretend.
I know that you can use like any drum samples without having copyright issues because the drums aren't copyrighted. That's one thing I just learned like some months ago, and so now I'm sampling other songs, forgetting those drums because I want to get tight drums.
Everyone does that in house music, don't they? They sample the kick drums from other songs, like just from the extended edit.
I never did that. Before I knew that, like I always used like sample packs, splice, or just Kashmir sample packs or Vengeance sample packs. I never did sample anyone else. I mean, for the drums.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that just use like an they'll get like an ozone imager and they'll just take a part of the drum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can do that with RX. RX.
Yeah.
So good.
That's a cool trick.
I'm really cheeky myself, and I'm one of these like sound design nerds. I just try and make everything myself.
You make your own kick, clap snares?
You've done that before. No, you have done that before.
Yeah, but it's just because I'm so fucking nerdy about these things. Like, I don't think that anyone should ever have to make anything like that. I just think it's so interesting. So I just sit down and Serum and make my own drums, and I make
get everything on splice.
I will be too lazy, like just to wait until like I get some cool drums. Like, I just want the track to sound good already, like in the first 30 minutes or something. It needs to sound at least like the idea I have in my head in the first 30 minutes. So if in the first 30 minutes I can't get something right, I'm just gonna try to get another idea, and then I will just write this other idea.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same when it comes to writing. I do sound design like in sessions usually.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just do everything at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I just do sound design. For me, is just I think sound design for me is like a part of the mixdown as well. My mixdown are trash, terribly trash. He knows that because just everything is clipping and everything is just in the red all the time. But I don't know. It's kind of like my song as well, and I just put a limiter and it works. So
yeah. Well, I mean, if you release songs on Spinning with a shitty mixdown, if you want to call it that, like who's gonna judge you? You know?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I mean, I released a clippy song, which was the collab with Jonas Blue was clipping all the way, but no one gives a fuck. No one can hear that because there's a limiter and it's limiting that clipping. I mean, it's not exactly limiting like it will be like on a clean mix. It's not the same, but it doesn't sound bad either. I mean, this track could have been better, like much better, because the mixdown was pretty bad. And I mean, it must sound good, but like if you hear it in bigger speakers, like the Jonas Blue collab, there's some wrong stuff happening in the low frequencies. Like I remember the kick is way too long. We can't really hear the sub bass as well. I think there was like some issues. I can't really remember that, but like I opened the project once like after a few months on, I think it was on Twitch, and then I noticed some errors I made on Mixdown, like some stereo stuff, which was like terrible. There was a bunch of stuff that I didn't cut the low frequencies and stuff. Like it's crazy.
I feel like everyone does it though, and then they listen to their song on a system, and it's like only we notice it. Only people who produce are like, they can notice it. No one cares. Like I swear, a lot of like this is a good example. Is like a lot of Garrix's old stuff is terribly mixed. No one cares.
Yeah,
like it's Martin Garrix. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell him like, yeah, this is my feedback on your song? Yeah, like who are you?
If people like it, they like it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. I think a lot of producers are way too judgmental on themselves with that stuff. Like you're saying now, like I went back and there's loads of stuff wrong.
Also, like when you hear a song which is super good mixed and super well produced, you're like enjoying it way more than people that can't understand the difference.
True.
When you hear, I don't know, like who does like clean mixes?
Bad Computer. Have you heard his stuff?
Bad
His
Computer.
stuff's insane.
Yeah, Bad Computer. Yeah. Even Space Laces, like his new song and stuff. Like even the you listen to Space Laces?
No, I haven't heard him.
I've heard 1 or 2 songs.
Oh damn, this is so cool. Like he made those 30 minutes mixes just of unreleased stuff, and it's fucking insane. Like every song is insane, and he's just like mind-blowing. But also, even like those guys who are mixing for like Skrillex and stuff, like the mixes are always so tight. I always looked up to like some Skrillex songs, not the first ones, but like the recent ones. And even the Jack Hugh album is so well mixed and produced that it's so crazy. I'm always like, wow, how do they make that?
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned Skrillex actually, because you made a couple, or was it just one, or was it more flips of his songs? Because I remember the cinema flip that you did.
I think I did flip like three different songs from him.
Yeah,
that I actually put out, but there's more.
Was that on Olisai as well? I think I remember that.
Was
it that one? Olisai, it was the cinema one. One of them was on Olisai, I swear, on Jake's thing.
Yeah, I remixed the cinema. I remixed rock and roll as well, and Bangarang, and there was another one, I guess. I can't remember. I also remixed some Dog Blood, like the how was it called?
Oh yeah, Break Law or what is something like that.
It's really cool that you did that. Like at least the cinema remix, it sticks out to me the most, because I actually used to play that when I played at the local club here. I used to play that so much because the song is still like a super reminiscent song, and people love it when there's something new about an old song, you know. That style was really popular back then as well.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from this call so far is Jasper is secretly fanboying this whole call, because he's like, I watch your set, I play your songs.
Of course, man. What the fuck?
I appreciate.
Of course,
I appreciate a lot.
So we've got a RetroVision fanboy in the form of Jonth here.
Of course, man.
Well, thank you so much.
How can you say you're not, bro? What is this?
I like RetroVision a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to use you being a fanboy as a lead on.
Well, you can always
you're just gonna make yourself look a little bit better than the rest of us, isn't it?
I wanted to use it as a lead on, because I could say you could sign to his record label one day.
Yeah.
Whoa. I know Chris already has Rude Eyes. He released on Time Machine, but I want to talk about how you got your own record label as part of Hexagon.
Oh, basically, it was a fun story, because first they actually asked me to do this. Like they asked me if I wanted to have my own record label under the Hexagon umbrella and stuff. And my first response was no. I didn't want, because I thought I wasn't ready, and I was like, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not big enough. Blah blah blah. And Don told me, that's your time right now. Like you can have it. We can make a pretty good deal with you. Like look at this, look at this, look at this, and you can do whatever you want with your label, and we'll still push it through Hexagon, and we'll still like love it and work together with you. So it's pretty much having my own label, but then I can do. It's still in the Hexagon, but then I can do whatever I want with it. Like if I want to release like a pop song on it, I can just release a pop song. If I want to release like a dubstep song on it, I can just release a dubstep song. And so I was like, finally this could be a good decision because like I'm absolutely free with the release schedule. I still get a song which is on Hexagon.
Yeah.
And then I can just make the artworks myself. I can just like work the marketing myself, and I know what the label is going to get. I know what I'm going to get. I know it's a pretty fair deal with the contracts and stuff. So yeah, like why not? And then I said yeah, and I tried to find a graphic designer for the artworks first, and then I got someone, and then a friend of mine made me realize like he was just using Beeple artworks, and he was calling them his own.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just changing some stuff. Like he got like the project files. Like you can download some Beeple project files on the web, and then he was just downloading some of these and just tweaking some stuff. And then he was like calling, yeah, this is my artwork. I now almost spent like.
Can't you get in trouble for that? Like as the.
Well, he just blocked me after I found out. So
wow. Wow.
So then I was like, fuck it. I don't need a graphic designer. I'm just going to do that all myself. So that's what I did. I downloaded some 3D software and stuff, and I started learning, and then I made the artworks myself because it was
for every song on there.
Every song on Time Machine, I just made all the artworks.
That is so sick. I really like those artworks as well. They're really well made.
Really?
Yeah,
Thanks.
absolutely.
I tried to make them like. Yeah, I tried to make them unique. That's the point. Like I wanted to give them like a special effect with those voxels. Everything is made out of cubes, and I just have to build everything because I don't use any pre-made assets for the artworks. I just literally make every.
Do you make them in Minecraft with like a mod or something?
I wish I could make them on Minecraft. I think it could be easier on Minecraft because like.
What do you use at the moment?
It's actually a program called Magica Voxel. It's a program which is like literally free. And, it just works with that. But yeah, I'm happy because like right now, like everybody could use it, but I know no one was using it until then. And
until after this.
So you started a trend.
Yeah.
Trendsetter.
Well, I'm happy because then you can just say like whenever you see those artworks, those cubes, you can say like, oh yeah, it's a Time Machine artwork because it has those cubes, those voxels and stuff. And,
yeah.
That was for me a way to make artworks without like having too much to learn as well, because like I wouldn't say it's easier than doing regular 3D, but it's kind of different because you don't have any textures, so you all got to play with materials and colors, and that's it.
It's interesting, actually. It kind of brings up an earlier conversation that we had in another podcast, Tom, with some record labels having their own like kind of branding. And it makes it difficult for some artists who have their own branding to like try and put their branding on front. Like, what are your stance on that? What do you think about that?
Well, it's hard to find your own branding, to be honest. Like, it's always hard to find that, and it's really hard to make yourself different from the others. So I was thinking, like, how can I make my label different from the other labels? And I was like, maybe it's just about the quality. Like I want to make like a label that release like not pretty much premium music. I would say like not premium music, but I want to make like every release like just matter. Like people will matter about each release because we don't release much. We release only once a month, and I really wanted to work everything about the release and help out artists. For example, every time you release a song, we're trying to help the artist to get more followers on Instagram. We're just telling everyone like follow this guy. Not by just like posting a story, but literally by engaging with like the fans and stuff. And we know we have like such a good fan base. It's not like the biggest fan base, but it's just such a good one because every time an artist releasing on Time Machine, it's like literally taking them off. Like I know a bunch of guys like I don't know, Kepler, he got on Time Machine and then he got on Hexagon after that. And a bunch of other guys just got the same. Ovsky got a song on Time Machine and then he got on Hexagon after that. And
so it's like a gateway into the more main side of Hexagon, That's cool.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But I really respect that because I feel like a lot of labels at the moment with especially with COVID and not having festivals are releasing a lot more quantity of music over quality. And I think it really shows when you stay to quality. It really shows on a label and it keeps your brand value really high, which is great to see. So are you releasing the majority of your music under Time Machine or still under main Hexagon label?
Well, mostly my music is going to be was released mainly on Hexagon, I will say, and a bit on Time Machine as well. Like I did about 3 releases on Time Machine yet, and I have one coming up this month.
Yeah,
but it's not under RetroVision actually. It's under my auto alias, which I just started. And
can you talk about that? What's the alias?
I will talk about it just after the Time Machine stuff. But we'll talk about it. But yeah, I don't mind releasing my music or not on Time Machine. Like I still want to release my music on Time Machine, but I want to give some chance to other producers as well. So yeah, I don't mind like releasing other producers mostly, and but I still want them to. I still want people to understand like this is also the RetroVision label, but this is also like a label which can help you out to start your career if you like if you didn't find any other labels or anything like let me just think about what I want to say. I lost myself a little bit.
Giving opportunity to people who are like struggling to find it because they've got really unique music is kind of what you're saying, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm trying that. Like I'm definitely trying that, and I'm gonna show people that we don't only release future house stuff on my label, because most of the people were thinking we were about to release only future house on my label.
Yeah, that's the impression I had as well, honestly.
Yeah, me too, because like my first goal with the label was like, yeah, I can play my own label music on my gigs, and that is cool. But then there's no gigs, so I was like brainstorming myself, and I was like, how can I make the label different then? Then I was like, yeah, let's just focus on like the quality. Let's focus on like the originality of each song, so we can just release original songs that I still can play on some gigs, but it doesn't really matter. Like it's more about like focus on really high quality and original songs. So then I'm gonna try this with the season 2 of Time Machine, we just started, because we want to do this concept of seasons every year. So every year we'll change the artworks, layout, and there will be new artists. There will be like new concepts, new content. Like I don't know, different just different stuff will just happen. It's like kind of like video games with season stuff.
That's a really cool idea. Love that concept.
Yeah, originally I just came up with that concept, but then I had absolutely no idea about what to do with the seasons. I was like, yeah, I want to do a season 2, but I don't know what to do with the season 2.
Well, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Then we changed the artwork layout. We went like for more like vinyl version of the artwork. I really want to make vinyl versions of the tracks as well, like to print vinyls and just like get them to the artists and stuff. That would be one of my goals.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's such a cool idea. I have never heard of a label doing that, so that's such a cool idea.
Yeah, I really want to do that. I'm actually searching to do this right now. Like I really want to bring.
You should do that. You should do that as a giveaway as well. That could be sick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Let's quickly talk about your new project then. What's this?
What's your second alias?
Yeah, well, actually, I only got one alias, which is public right now. But I'm actually working on another one with this guy right there. But I will talk a little bit about New Eyes, which is my I will say my dark face. I will say like RetroVision is more about like happy, bright music, super like emotive music, and then New Eyes will be a bit more like about still emotive and still like melodic, but then just harder music. I would say that I wouldn't release on the RetroVision because like it's mostly faster tempo. It's a bit darker sometimes. It's a bit harder. And yeah, I'm a big dubstep and trap fan, so I always wanted to bring some that kind of vibes. And I know I can't really do this in the RetroVision because a lot of people wouldn't understand that. So yeah, I was like, yeah, let's just make an alias which is called New Eyes, and because retro new and then vision eyes. That's pretty much it for the name.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's clever actually. That's clever. I
didn't even find it. Like Malarkey actually found that name for me.
Malarkey.
Yeah, Malarkey. We were in that conversation. And,
shout out to Sam again.
Yeah, shout out Sam.
Hopefully we make it onto his Instagram story again.
yeah.
And he actually found that name, and I was like, yo, this is pretty good. And then I kept it, and I started this project. And and so then I started making some songs on it, and now I have like few songs ready. And I think one of my goals with that is to get on Monstercat. But I also want to get on Monstercat with RetroVision. Like I know they asked me some stuff some month ago, So I really want to get there, also on Stamped and labels like that, because I think it's quite important to sign on different labels. So I still love Hexagon. I still work with them. They are like literally my management, but I told them I want to explore different labels, not because it's not working on Hexagon, but because I think it's better looking for an artist, and it brings some more fresh vibes if you release on different labels, like having some
you get different fan bases as well.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Different audiences. So yeah,
it's also part of the progression. I feel like we're all kind of used to this, like jumping between labels. Like staying to one label isn't really in trend anymore. It used to be in trend back when like Monster Cat had their own artists. Even NCS had like returning artists that like only released on NCS. But nowadays it's not like that. Like everybody's just label hopping.
It looks a bit like you're stuck somewhere, even if it's just working well. Like I know. I just love Hexagon because like I'm working well with them. I know the team. I know how do they work and extra. And I can even make some changes on the artworks if I ask them. Like there's plenty of stuff that I like them. And also they don't fuck up your release. Like every time I release it with them, like there was like everything set up for the release, not unlike some other labels, which I won't say, but you can guess them.
Yeah, we know.
I had some issues with some other labels because like sometimes there was like you just release the song and then it's not out on Beatport and you're like, why is it not out on Beatport? And then they say, oh yeah, we got an issue with the distributor, or they didn't deliver to Beatport. I was like, what? Or maybe it sometimes just get out like on Spotify a day after or a week after, and you're like, what is happening?
Yeah,
here?
then you look like an idiot because you've been posting about it on your Instagram forever as well.
Yeah.
Or even what happened to me once is like, I remember there was a remix from me, which was released, I think it was on the big EDM label from Netherlands, which is not Hexagon. And
yes, I know that one.
I think it was that one. And I remember this remix was out and I didn't even know about the release date. I was still asking the release dates. I remember my previous manager at that point was asking them, what's the release date? And then the release like came out as a surprise. Hello, I'm your remix. I'm just out now. So I was like, well, I got a remix out now. There you go.
My God.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have spent ages talking.
You are correct.
We need to talk about New Music Friday, the reoccurring segment every week, which we sometimes remember and sometimes don't. So we'll let Retro start, considering he seems pretty keen.
Yeah.
Well, for the New Music Friday, you asked me to choose one song I really like at the moment, and I will say it's this guy's song. New song actually, which came out like a few weeks ago. It's called I was about to say Different Place. No, it's called Favorite Place. It's from Yanni with Victor Kirali, right? Favorite Place. Yeah,
Favorite
boy.
Place.
I was about to say Different Place because I made a song called Different Place. And I was like mistaking it. I'm sorry.
Stealing the
I know
spotlight.
you hate me. Yeah. but mine is unreleased. So yeah, his song Different Place. I don't know if we will be able to play it.
Favorite Place, is it?
It's so sick. It's so
There we
sick.
Go and check it out on Spotify
Wait,
after
did
the
I say
podcast.
Different Place?
Yeah.
Did I fucking say Different
You
Place?
said
Oh my
Different
God.
Place.
Favorite place.
Come
Just
over.
go-
Do your advertising yourself, dude.
Yes, come over here and do that. Go check it out.
Get the
Favorite
headphones.
Place on Spotify.
And talk instead of me.
Hello.
Do the advert. Do the advert.
Hello everyone.
Sit here and you'll do
What's
the
the
job.
song? What's the song? Favorite Place.
You're
Song-
out. Oh, there we go.
Yo, hey everyone. The song is Favorite Place, and the quality of your camera is really really awesome.
It is.
So it's called Favorite Place. It's out on Bob Sinclair Records label, and I got my guy Kirai Victor singing on it. A Nigerian singer, really really awesome. Thank you guys.
There you go. Some
It's
shameless
also
self
happening.
promo there.
Give me my headphones back.
Cheeky.
So that's about it.
So yeah, go listen
cool.
to that.
Yeah, check
Jasper,
that out.
what's yours?
Ooh, I really like this new Reaper song, Make a Move. He does this thing that he always does. He has like a huge like drum and bass neurofunk kind of, or this is more like, I don't know, UK jump up. I don't know. It's a really sick drum and bass song. And then in the second drop, he does this thing that he always does, and it switches over to like half time. And it's just really sick. Like you got to check it out. If you guys haven't listened to Reaper before,
Reaper's insane. Honestly,
Oh,
his music's
fucking crazy.
I would
insane.
check. I would definitely check.
Yeah, if you
So-
like, as you said, you like dubstep and you like drum and bass and all that, you gotta listen to Reaper. Reaper is fucking insane, bro.
I used to go to festivals just like headbang all the time.
Yeah.
I just love to do this. Like,
Oh,
That's
I'm
why you
getting-
go. That's why you go to Monster Cat AD.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yes. Oh,
actually, I didn't go to Mustard at 80, but I went to like Osla at 80 like a few years ago.
Yeah,
I was completely insane. There was a Valentino Can playing and some other guys.
Mm.
Oh
Damn.
no, guys, it was crazy. They had like this giant Function One system, and I remember I didn't have like earplugs at the time. So it was just like crazy loud, and I was like, and just like mosh pits all the time. At
That's
every
the
drop, there
best
was a
thing.
mosh pit at every drop, and I was in the middle of that. So so fun. I miss mosh pits.
oh,
It's so
you should have
good,
seen. You should have
honestly.
seen Tom at the mosh pit on Monster Cat. He got punched in the face.
Was it hard? Was it hard?
I don't remember. I was quite drunk.
Oh, man. I
Always,
saw it. Like
always.
they have like a, what do you call it, Tom? Like when you walk up the stairs, the
The bit
upstairs.
around the top, like
Yeah,
the-
yeah. So
I
there,
can't
you
remember.
can be like downstairs and then you can like walk up
Oh, yeah.
and just walk around. So it's like, yeah, whatever. So I was up there and I was watching the thing and then I just see
Oh.
someone take a swing at Tom by accident and he just like lost his balance
yeah.
and everything. It's fucking
I
awesome.
swear, I was with like Kelvin and Vason in the mosh pit as well, and
Yeah.
obviously Kelvin's like
Yeah.
absolutely massive, and I was quite big then, so we
Yeah.
were just like pushing everyone out the way.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
was also doing mosh pits with Kelvin, like back at Osla. Like we did a bunch of mosh pits together. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
he's
fun.
a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
he is.
Yeah, man.
My New Music Friday, because I'm feeling nice, and Jonth definitely didn't put me up to this.
I didn't.
No,
I
he
didn't.
didn't. He didn't put me up to this. But Jesper's just released a new track with Vindon called Badness on NCS,
Yes.
and it is a very good bass house tune. So if you're into that, go check it out. It's a banger.
Thank you,
Alright.
Tom.
Do you want
Thank
to
you.
say anything about it, Frobo wise, quickly, really quickly?
I mean, it's. I don't know. It's so
Okay,
sick to
well-
finally have it out though. Like I've been sitting on it for so fucking long. It took me a while to actually get it signed. It's weird. It's weird when I sign to NCS because it's always like I forget about sending stuff to NCS, and then I just send it
That's
to.
true.
I sent Badness over to Billy, and he just fucking loved it when I sent
Yeah.
it to him. And I was like, why didn't I send it to him before? You know.
The last time I talked to Billy was just I think he sent me an invite to play Rocket League with him on Xbox, and I was just like texting him back, I'm watching Netflix.
Yeah, man.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
He's really
definitely.
Do you have anything at all to plug? Any new songs coming up, retro? Anything you wanna?
Wow.
Anything you wanna push on people? You know.
I got a song coming up on Hexagon this month, and it's called Whatever You Want. I'm singing on it actually, just like my last
Ooh.
song. Actually, I was singing on it as well. But my next song is more like a piano house song with some French touch vibes still and some techie house vibes, I will say. And it's really, I think it's really cool. Like it sounds a little bit like that Oliver Eldon style, mix it with some more like, I don't know, Daft Punk-ish or maybe Justice vibes. But not too Justice though, not too Justice. More like a really tech house, but with piano house, I would say. Like I can just play a sneak peek if you want.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
As you want.
Wait,
just
is it
post
on?
my-
Is it on a copyrighted label?
It's on Hexagon.
Is it
Okay,
copyrighted?
play a very small preview.
Yeah, and we just
Okay,
pray.
okay.
We just pray to the YouTube lords that they don't
To the-
fucking cancel us or some
Well,
shit.
and hopefully Spotify don't either.
Yeah.
Well, I can just talk over it. Maybe it will work. I think it's this one.
How about you give us a live singing performance?
Yes.
Whatever you want. It sounds like this. It goes along with the piano.
That
it goes, like, with
that's
some
gonna
filtering
work
and
in
stuff.
that's gonna work in the UK. I know that for sure.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
that
yeah.
style is so hyped there right now.
That's what someone told me as well. Like they said, like piano house is such a big thing in UK.
It's
Yeah.
massive.
I just
here,
hope it works.
But yeah,
hope it
go
works.
if you're not already, go follow Retro on Instagram and everywhere else, and make sure you pre-save his new song when it's ready to pre-save. Is it ready yet to pre-save?
Well, we don't do pre-save with Hexagon actually.
They don't do pre-save, so
What?
just go
They
check it
don't?
out. Okay,
no.
just go check it when it's out then. But
Yeah.
that sums it up for this
Yeah.
week. Thank you very much for coming on, dude. It's been
Thank
awesome.
you so much, bro.
Yeah,
I
thanks so
appreciate
much
it.
for having me, and well, see you see you someday or some point. Maybe also my Twitch channel, because I'm doing a bunch of Twitch live streams.
There you go.
Twitch
There's
channel, so
another promo.
make sure to join.
Yeah, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, the SOUNDPROOF channel, subscribe to it below. Follow us on Spotify. We're on there as well. If you want to, any other guests you want on, put them in the comments. We'll try and check them out. Any questions you have as well for future episodes, put them in the comments as well. So yeah, I've been Tom Wilson, and yeah, we'll see you later. Peace.
Later.
See ya.